Welcome to the Diversity Connector podcast, where we explore the rich tapestry of human experiences. I'm your host, Gertrude Mache, and I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the country on which we meet today. I would also like to pay my respects to elders, past, present, and emerging, and together as we dive into conversations that bridge cultures, challenge stereotypes, and celebrate the unique perspectives each of us brings to the table. Each episode is a journey through stories and insights from a kaleidoscope of voices, each sharing their colorful narrative. Whether you're at home, on the go, or just anywhere in between, you're now part of a community that values understanding, inclusivity, and the beauty of diversity. So plug in your headphones, get comfortable, and let's connect through the power of our shared stories. Welcome, and thank you for joining us on the Diversity Connector podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Diversity Connector. This is Gertrude Mache here in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And today I am graced with the presence of yet another fascinating guest. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our tribe. Please tell everybody your full name, where you're based, and share your story with us today.
It's great to get connect with the Diversity Connector. Thank you very much, Gertrude, for the introduction. And I'm Karthikeyan Subbarayan. I'm shortly called as Karthik. I'm currently speaking from Halle. Halle is a small city in Germany. This is in here the university I work in. I'm working at Martin Luther University. This is here serving the people, serving the world of science, and of course theology for more than 500 years. And I'm basically, my origin is basically from India. And to speak shortly, my life experience and also my curiosity led me from Madras Christian College, India, Wells College of Science, to here, Martin Luther University, Halle. Shortly, I would say MCC to MLU. Uh, over the last decade, over a decade, I have been here in German research landscape. Germany is a land of opportunities, people used to say. I would say this is true. I came here with DAAD scholarship, DAD scholarship. Actually, DAD is the organization that gives opportunity for international students and researchers to come to Germany, and also it funds to German researchers to travel abroad and to work in international research organizations. It's actually very good network. I would say I'm thankful to DAD organizations. So it's called German Academic Exchange Service. It has offices all around the world. I it has representatives all around the world, and it's a very good model, I would say, for connecting people uh, to connecting people from diverse geographical and economical background. I would say it's a very good organization. I'm working in the Institute of Cancer Immunology, and in Martin Luther University. We are working on different cancer types, and also during the pandemic we started working on COVID-19 also. During the lockdown, we were working on this emergency program. We were working on on human targets, on SARS-CoV-2 human targets. Everybody knows that SARS-CoV-2 is a virus. It's the causative of COVID-19. COVID-19, of course, it's one of the deadliest pandemic in the recorded history, with more than 7 million deaths. So we were working from many directions, on many directions. For example, we worked on the human genes. Uh, so a gene called ACE2, this gene is acting like a molecular doorway. It helps the virus to enter into our human system. Likewise, there are two other genes, TMPRSS2 and furin. So these genes are activating the spike protein and helps to fuse human and viral counterparts. So there are three genes are operating against the host system, our human system. So we wish to address this medical point. Uh, Targeting these molecules, targeting these SARS-CoV-2 human targets, targeting human genes. So this would be a good therapeutic opportunity. That's what we felt, and we used bioinformatics and machine learning technology to study these genes, to study with other immune genes, and uh, and we proposed possible therapeutic opportunities. And apart from that, after the world conquered the pandemic, we get back to our cancer research. So we are basically cancer doctors. So we wish to develop strategies to fight against the disease. Because traditionally, when we take the cancers are treated by surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. They are targeting cancer. Obviously, they are targeting cancer, but they are also damaging the healthy tissues. So, hence, we started to go more specific strategy. It's called cancer immunotherapy. So, cancer immunotherapy is actually stimulates the body's immune system and helps to fight against the cancer. Since it's too specific, and we need to have specific biomarkers. We need to have specific biomarkers makes black and white. So it should so meaning it should there should be clear differentiation between normal and healthy cells, but there are only few, hardly very few targets or are truly cancer specific. We are working on many molecules, and many, especially extracellular matrix proteins. They are called proteoglycans, um, and we specifically work with biglycan and PrEP and many other small leucine-rich proteoglycans and we would like to develop strategies like CAR T cells and antibodies to target against the cancer specific biological molecules, so that it will specifically act against the disease. It will enhance our immune system. It will use our natural capability. It will use our natural capability to enhance our immune system, and it will act against the disease. So it's a very interesting study, and we are working in we are publishing our work in international magazines, and also we do presentations in the international meetings, and we speak also with the students participating in virtual meetings. Uh,
Okay. Wow. I jumped in early because your subject matter is so intriguing. You've unpacked so much in a few minutes. So, how
okay.
do you perceive the role of diversity in scientific research, particularly in the field of cancer, immunology, and bioinformatics?
Yeah, it's a very good question actually. Actually, addressing the diversity among scientific community is really a critical topic to discuss. But I wish to speak from the disease point of view, because the consumer point of view, or the patient's point of view,
Hmm.
the diversity in patients. So because cancer is itself a diverse disease, it's a heterogeneous disease, and more than 100 types of cancers are attacking human. And if even when we take a single cancer, even when we take a single cancer, there are diverse mutations,
Hmm.
and the diversity and also uniqueness. So every patient is different. So this makes us to develop strategy is very complicated, actually very complicated. So we should be more specific. That's why we are using cancer immunotherapy. This is more specific to every patient. But uh, but but when we talk about cancer immunotherapy, does it reaches everybody? Does this affordable to everybody? No.
Hmm.
Currently, the answer is no, because it costs more than 100,000 US dollars per patient. So
Wow.
because it's very specific. It's a very specific for every patient. So it is currently very expensive. We are using. That's
So,
why we. Hmm?
So, with your extensive experience conducting research and presenting in various countries, how has this international exposure influenced your approach to science and collaboration?
Uh, yes, I have presented my work in 7 different countries. Um, I would like to tell you two different examples here.
Mhm.
One, I presented I made a presentation in the Linnaean Society, London, in 2012. In 2012, I made this presentation. Uh, the Linnaean Society. The Linnaean Society is named after Carl Linnaeus. Carl Linnaeus addressed the biological diversity. So he classified every human as a single species. On the other side, in 2021, I addressed the World Immunotherapy Council by saying, "Hello, Washington. Hello, world." Yeah. So I addressed the World Immunotherapy Council by saying, "Hello, Washington. Hello, world."
Mhm.
So this is so because it was the organization connects 26 different 26 different medical councils worldwide, and
Right.
it includes also our meeting. Actually, we are here in Halle. Of course, Halle is not worldwide known like Washington, but still
Right.
annually our boss Barbara Siliger, she's conducting a meeting called TIMO. So
Mhm.
here many people from all over the world are coming actually to Halle to speak about immunotherapy in the context of cancer. Immunotherapy, sorry, in the immunotherapy in the context of cancer.
Right.
Uh, yes, so it's important actually. These are the things makes me to uh, collaborate researchers from diverse and beyond economic and geographical background.
Okay. So, can you share how incorporating diverse perspectives has enriched your research, especially in developing the immuno interaction map for SARS and CoV-2 targets?
Yes, SARS-CoV-2. Of course, it's a virus. You know, it's a coronavirus targeting COVID-19. If you take generally uh, I mean, the human infection biology. If you take the human infection biology, it's so complex. It's so
Right.
complex and it's like our universe. Like it's so complex. So as I told in the introduction. We know that SARS-CoV-2 is causing the virus is causing the disease, but there are
Yes.
many other important things. Like there are many human genes are helping the virus to get in. So
Okay.
we worked on these genes, and actually we studied the interaction with 2,811 immune genes
Right.
by using bioinformatics tools and also machine learning technologies. And we developed this immune interaction map. And actually, this here it's a there is an involvement of diversity actually.
Okay.
So the we published two articles in the early 2021, and five out of three authors are sorry, three out of five authors are women. Uh, my boss, Barbara Siliger, vice dean of our faculty, Professor Vikanauser, and my wife, Kamachi
Okay.
Olagappan. And
Wow.
and my wife is actually also a researcher. And
Okay.
two out of them are of non-European background, non-European origin. So we
So
are already.
that
Sorry.
leads to my next question. What
Yes.
challenges have you encountered in fostering diversity within the scientific community?
Yes.
And how have you addressed these challenges? Because sometimes there are scientists in third world countries who don't really get access. How are you overcoming that?
Yeah, the main problem actually there are opportunities here, but for it's hard to reach here. The policy, the problems with political and policy differences they are the problems.
Right.
And I would like to speak also about actually another issue, because I would like to address this of course, but I would like to also speak with from other aspect that's even more interesting, because we are working in cancer genome databases, and the cancer genome databases are not diverse. Because for example, one of the biggest collection, because one of the biggest collection of human genome database is called TCGA, cancer the cancer genome atlas. It's a fantastic project of a National Cancer Institute of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
And this program has sequenced more than 11,000 cancer molecular characteristics, more than 11,000 tumor samples. But in
Right.
that, only more than 80 percentage are of European ancestry.
Okay.
And another project actually, pan cancer genome project. And here only it genome sequenced, it's a complete genome sequencing of
Mm-hmm.
more than 2,800 tumor samples. And here less than 5 percentage are of African ancestry. So
Right.
this is actually a huge bias in the knowledge, and
Yes.
these should be addressed mainly. And for that, many researchers should from low and middle income countries should work together to to overcome this bias to
Yeah.
yeah.
So, as an experienced researcher, how do you mentor young scientists, particularly those from underrepresented backgrounds, to promote inclusivity in the field?
So actually, there are two aspects I'm basically following. One, collaboration.
Mhm.
Another, visiting on and conferences, speaking with students.
Right.
Um, so, collaboration point of view, actually, the medical faculty of Halle has collaboration with Ethiopia.
Okay.
So, in Ethiopia, the problem is in Ethiopia or sub-Saharan Africa. So the problem is there are more women are affected by breast cancer. So
Right.
the problem is many young and middle-aged women are affected by this disease, especially a specific subtype called triple negative. The triple negative subtype is very hard to treat, and we are having collaboration with them, and they are visiting us, and
Right.
there are more than 1,000 samples were collected from breast cancer patients from sub-Saharan Africa.
Right.
um, and we are analyzing the the regional differences in the tumor microenvironment, and and we would like to study why is this different, why is this unusual mortality, unusual prognosis. So we are working on them, and at
Okay.
the same time, of course, like as I said, conferences and speaking with. So I'm making
Okay.
guest talks in India. Uh, One talk I would like to say, and it's a women only educational institution. It's called
Mhm.
Holy Cross College, and
Okay.
it is existing actually last 100 years, serving and the my presentation was attended by more than 200 online participants.
Right.
Actually, actually, the we are talking about COVID-19 research, all these. Actually, the COVID-19 after the pandemic, the virtual platforms got tremendously extended, and this
Right.
connects people from all around the world, and it's nice actually to talk with students more than anything, more than awards, anything. I'm feeling always proud to speak with students, and
Mm,
I'm doing that, of course.
I love that. So, how has receiving a prestigious award like the World Immunotherapy Council Scholarship Award had an effect on you, and how does it contribute to promoting diversity in science?
Actually, the World Immunotherapy Council is itself a very good initiative to promote the diversity.
Right.
Actually, this was initiated by SITC. It's a Society of Immunotherapy of Cancer. It's a non-governmental or sorry non-profit organization in the United States of America. Uh,
Right.
and this has actually more than 5,000 members from more than 60 countries, and it
Hmm.
connects 26 different, as I told you already, 26 different councils all around the world, and
Yes.
it includes German immunotherapy and our TIMO organization. So it has many organizations all around the world. um,
Okay.
so I presented. I had an opportunity to present my work on biomarker discovery
Hmm.
in 2021. Actually, the whole presentations I prepared during the first week of my baby born. It was
Okay.
so challenging, actually, honestly, and I should thank my life and research collaborator, my wife,
Yes.
for that actually. uh,
Amazing.
yeah, and it was a really good experience, and it the my work was recognized, and I received the award, and it is really a milestone, and
Yeah.
we are working further on finding better targets, better biomarkers, so to make the cancer black and white, to make cancer and normal tissues, to
Okay.
differentiate them well. Yeah, so
So,
hmm?
mhm.
Sorry, it's
Sorry to cut you off there.
actually, sorry, it's too hard to find. There are
So, as a leader,
yes.
let's talk about leadership a little
Hmm?
bit. As a leader in your
Okay.
field, what initiatives or policies do you believe are necessary to advance diversity in scientific research and academia?
Yes. So leadership actually. So it's actually I'm from leadership point of view. This is like one thing I would like to say. Like in the human history, for if uh, only people who works to promote diversity are becoming good leaders.
Yeah.
In the Martin Luther University, here in 1754, a first women doctor was graduated.
Okay.
She's probably the first person in Germany, or perhaps all over, I mean, first uh, female doctor in the world. So if you
Wow.
take actually the Martin Luther University, so Martin Luther, the named after Martin Luther, he worked here as a professor 500 years ago. So
Okay.
this is he's already a reformer. So it's a good inspiring. Actually, we should get inspired from the history and then
Mm.
move forward.
Yeah.
And the yeah, so as I told you about female leadership, I talked about female empowerment, and now currently in our faculty, the dean, Professor Kielstein, vice dean, Professor Wickenhauser, my boss, Barbara Siliger, and so the women. So these diversity promotion and then their success makes me to think forward. Okay, to promote, what can I do from my point, and then
Mhm.
how to promote the lack of diversity now, how to promote
Yes.
the lack of diversity in the cancer genome databases. So
Okay.
I'm currently working as I'm currently review editor for two science journals, and I'm
Right.
promoting authors to publish diverse data sets,
Okay.
diverse research analysis from underrepresented part of the world, from low and middle income countries. So
Okay.
the problem there, actually, the policies is not only made by researchers, actually it's also political stuff.
Uh,
So yeah, that's
so
that's
there's a
that's the
lot of
problem.
barriers there.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, what are your hopes for the future
Mhm.
regarding diversity in the scientific community, particularly in cancer, immunology, and related fields?
So in future, actually, it's that we are okay. I would like to tell you again one collaboration information. So this is actually taking us forward, because we are currently working in lipid nanoparticles. Actually, if you the COVID-19 vaccines of Moderna or Pfizer BioNTech vaccines are
Right.
using this lipid nanoparticles as vehicle to deliver their mRNA. So we are working here on saRNA. So they can able to shut the molecular doorway of COVID-19. So we are already
Right.
successful somehow. And we are for this we are working with Cuban researchers. Uh,
Hmm.
and uh, and it's always fun to work with people from different cultures and different stuffs. And the scientific part will be published, and the fun part will sustain our research lifelong. I mean,
Okay.
research collaboration lifelong. And
Yes.
we plan to write a manuscript. And actually, when we talk about the barriers, the main barrier is article processing fees. So
Okay.
many people doesn't know that actually to publish a research article in a good
Costs
magazine
money.
costs
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's actually many months salary for a researcher from low income countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So this
thank
is
you so much. This has been a fascinating interview.
yeah. Thank you.
So many different aspects to how to increase diversity in the scientific and academic world. I really thank you for coming online and sharing with us today
Thank
your
you.
knowledge and your skills. This has been very, very fascinating. And I wish you luck in all of your endeavors, and
Thank you.
especially with this fight for cancer and getting this technology accessible, especially to people in developing countries. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope also to make it possible, and thank you for giving your diversity platform. This is a good initiative from you, and best wishes from us.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who's tuned in today. Diversity Connector is bringing you voices from experts, people, stories from all over the world. So tune in again tomorrow when I interview yet another amazing guest. In the meantime, have a fantastic day, morning, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And bye for now. Thanks again, Doctor. And that's a wrap, everybody, on today's episode of the Diversity Connector podcast. Thank you for tuning in and being part of our vibrant and global conversation. I'm your host, Gertrude Mache, and it's been an honor to share this space with you, where voices from all walks of life come together to weave a tapestry of diverse perspectives. Remember, every story you've heard today is a thread in the larger fabric of our shared humanity. So, as you step back into your world, carry these stories with you and let them inspire you to embrace and celebrate the rich diversity around us. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast to help us share these inspiring stories with more listeners. Do follow us on social media by looking for the Diversity Connector podcast for more updates. Until then, keep connecting, keep listening, and keep celebrating the beauty of diversity. This is the Diversity Connector podcast signing off. Stay curious, stay open, and definitely stay